So in thinking about your own institution and starting to move into this space, well, first of all, are you? And second, what are the drivers that are pushing you in that direction? And then for you, Jessica, if you want to talk about what you're seeing in your clients in that space, are they moving in this way and to solutions, investments, and if so, what's pushing them? I don't know, who wants to start?
I can go first. So we are moving into this space. Our story is has evolved over time, and I'll admit I'm not an expert in climate change, and a lot of the issues I'm learning here for the first time as you're learning things as well. But when I joined Ascension and created the company that we have, we were definitely SRI screeners, and we were very, very good at doing that. We felt we had the resources to build out that capability. We've got a list that ranges across the globe and screens out on a number of different industries that we have. We probably have 7 or 8 different industries that we list of things that we want to restrict. And so when we lay out our different strategies, whether it be private equity or hedge funds to cash or equities, we feel very good that the portfolios are scrubbed, and we're not investing in things that we would be embarrassed to have or to someone point out to us or any of our clients. But over time, what we were noticing is our clients were saying to us, this is great to be SRI screeners, but we want to be more proactive. How can we want to initiate change? And it seemed over the last number of years, for me at least, is hearing more about phrases like impact investing and groups like Cambridge as they're building out, that this is gathering some momentum. And we're seeing investments that are profitable that we think we need to be looking into that landscape. So we thought there are really 2 areas that we could pursue, and one was the engagement piece of it. We haven't at Ascension been active engagement, but we have partners like Brian at Mercy that we work with to say, that is something that's a very distinct skill set that you have. Let's just work together on that. But the other that we think we have a skill set on is, we have a size of large capital size. We can help initiate projects rather than try to get a coalition of others. We could really start things. We have influence on managers that we talk to and say, even though you may not say that you're an impact fund or an SRI fund, you do things that are really close to what we would see as being very socially good or very proactively encouraging things that Ascension or the Catholic Church would like to see happen. Well, if we could put $50 million or $100 million into that project, could you just tweak it just a little bit so that we could fully get behind this project or this fund? And so we thought that's kind of started initiation for me to start to have lots of conversations, go to conferences, ask what are other people doing. And the one thing that came out of all those conversations is there is this thought of, boy, there's a lot of interesting things out there. The panel we had before is there's green bonds, there's more investment going on, but how do we fit in, and where does that occur? We decided rather than just kind of keep going to conferences and talking about it, that we wanted to just move. And someone had said that the perfect was the enemy of good, and there's a thought for us too, as we thought, this isn't going to be perfect. We're going to invest in things that we think is, and the theme for us as we're moving forward is this definition of impact investing, which is, can we invest in things that proactively invest things that are that we think are socially good. We define those into social issues like housing, food, education, and then environmental stewardship. Can we move forward and use our influence and use our investors' capital base to invest in these projects that not only do social good but have an economic return as well that we think is market driven? We have a lot of opportunities to do lending strategies that are below market rates. We think that that's an interesting thing to do and is important, but we wanted to see if could we find opportunities that have both, kind of have your cake and eat it too, where you're having a good fund, proactive, and a good return. And we're just moving forward with that. And we think that there is enough opportunity, but it's the landscape of the opportunities. It isn't like I can go to a website and just see all the list of opportunities that I can let's just start taking down that list. It's an ongoing process for us. It's a lot of inbound calls, as many as outbound calls. We have tended to stay in the private equity space because we think that's where we can do the most direct influence, where we kind of control some element of the project or have a very large voice. And we are kind of imperfectly walking forward with this, and with those who are working with us and partnering with us, and initiating these projects. And so far, we have a housing fund, a food-related fund, and then an agricultural technology fund that has a lot of influence on climate change. And we're now pursuing clean water, clean energy. We want to include that into this project as well. So hopefully that we can, or no, for all of us, we have our mission, which is the ultimate goal of our assets. But can we screen things out? Can we engage our companies? And then can we use proactive investments to sort of further our dollars to do things, that's good for the world. So that's been our
Yeah, great.
story.